welcome to CivilNet. I have some special guests in our studio here. They are members of the European Youth Parliament. Welcome to CivilNet. Dennis McCall, you're from St. Kitts, and you're a member of the St. Kitts European Youth Parliament.
St. Kitts National. Yeah.
St. Kitts, National. And Hovsep Patvakanyan, I hope I pronounced that right. You are the co-founder and president of the European Youth Parliament, Armenia.
Exactly.
So thank you for coming. This is one of the regular forums that the European Youth Parliament holds, and it's being conducted in Armenia. And last year, actually, you had another forum which we live streamed. So Dennis, this is your first time in the region. You're a very active young person from St. Kitts, which is an island in the Caribbean, for those of our viewers who don't know. Why was it important for you to come to Armenia to participate in this particular forum?
Well, it was very important because in St. Kitts, I'm part of the St. Kitts National Youth Parliament Association, and I'm the public relations officer. And one of the things that we're looking at for our new executive year for 2015 is that we wanted to reach out to other youth parliaments, because the nice thing about our youth parliament is that it is one of the only youth parliaments in the entire Caribbean. So we really wanted to reach out beyond the Caribbean lanes with other youth parliaments. So that's why it was very important that we actually came to EYP this year.
Yeah, very good. Hovsep, talk to me, if you will, a little bit about the history of the European Youth Parliament in Armenia. You have a lot of members. You guys are really active, really good with social media. You get your message out. The European Youth Parliament itself was created in 1987. Talk to me about the Armenian experience.
Sure. Well, we started in 2012. We were several enthusiasts that thought that there is a huge niche in Armenian youth sector. And then we started the initiative. We got a lot of people involved. And now when I look back to 2012, initially we had a lot of problems because there are certain principles we can't neglect. One of those being non-political affiliation, being sustainable, and to ensure that whatever we do, the resolutions that we adopt, they don't stay on paper, but they are utilized. They are sent to the European Commission, they are sent to the European Parliament, they are sent to the governmental institutions in Armenia. And those three principles were very hard for us in the initial stage, but currently we see that those principles are working. And we see that due to those three principles that we had as a nucleus in our organization, brought forward this huge outreach. Like 3,500 Armenians are currently involved throughout those 2.5 years. In 2.5 years, we have like 24, 25 events already, and around 500 foreigners already visited Armenia. And these are not only from the standard European package countries, but also from countries beyond the European borders. It involves around 80 countries. And in the forum that you've mentioned previously in our chat, in November we had the South African guy being recognized as the best international delegate of the European Youth Parliament. So basically we're kind of trying to breaking the stereotypes as well. And trying to be very much inclusive.
Yeah, Hovsep, perhaps you guys should be running the country.
One take.
And it's tough, and you're right. It's hard to be, to keep away from the politics, because everything is political, especially in a developing country like Armenia. Dennis, I was looking at your CV. National Youth Parliament. You're very active. I think you were designated as one of the top 25 in the country in your age group and all that. So when I look at you guys and Youth Parliament, European Youth Parliament, National Parliament, Youth Parliament, I think, does that mean that you want at some point to be in public service, to seek office, to make a change in your country?
Well,
or is that the only way to make a change?
Well, the thing with our youth parliament in St. Kitts and Nevis, we kind of do it totally different, is that we have the opportunity to actually go inside of the Parliament House and actually debate bills and resolutions, because we had a debate last year in the Parliament House where we debated some strong issues in our country. And because we debated these strong issues, we were able to influence a lot of persons in our country to actually think, like, yeah, these young people, they have sense, they're really trying to make a difference in society. With our organization, we have been around since 2001. And since then, we have debated so many different things. And one of the things that have been so successful that we have debated is the seatbelt. policy where we wanted people always wear seatbelts when you're driving. With our youth parliament as well, we have a wide variety of alumni. Right now, one of our alumni is actually a minister of government. So that from our last election. So we're very, very happy for that. We have persons who have high positions in banks, deal with human rights. We cover a wide area in our federation where we have young people starting from youth parliament, going up to make a very, very big difference in our country.
Yeah, it's very commendable. You know, Hovsep, it's not always about seeking office, it's about making a difference and being engaged. Is that how you feel your membership is here in Armenia?
I would say yes, certainly yes, because all those people who are coming and becoming a part of the forums, becoming a member of the organization, they feel it themselves. They see the results. We've had the cases when we hold other projects other than forums. We had the EYP ambassadors of Armenia on the tourist development, and we managed to reach out the tourist department of Ministry of Economy, and those projects that were introduced by the working groups in the regions, they were introduced to the tourist department, and they became a part of the investment projects. So basically, we are not just stating it to the students, but we're showing it as well. Those resolutions that were passed to the International Office of the EYP and then furthermore was introduced to the EU Commission, there are some resolutions that one-to-one were passed in the EU Commission. There are cases when the European parliamentarians, they invite us from different representations to sit at one table and basically to ensure that young people are at tables and not on the menu. So basically, since this all is visible, this is all very transparent, and every single participant is feeling that he can be the next one to be a part of this whole process, they feel that it's working, and that's the best thing about it.
Sure, and in your experience, would you say that the youth of Armenia are engaged, are ready to raise their voices perhaps in unison when needed? Or do we still have work to do?
I think we have work to do, since one of the core elements of the organization is not to express certain positions on the matters as the position of the organization, but to come up with the solution and the policy throughout the debates of 200, 300 people during our forums. And because of this, it's very hard to come up with a unified policy towards certain issues, be it in Armenia or in Europe or anywhere else. But I think the most important thing that we're doing here is instilling the importance of the formation of civilian as such. If a lot of people were there when they didn't speak up, they didn't have their ideas expressed, their voice raised, and then after engaging in EYP, after getting this opportunity to speak up, to share experiences, this helped also to form the better civil society within the young people, because previously they might have not even thought that they can go to certain protests towards the laws that they don't like or disagree. They thought that their voice might not change anything. But now when I go to protest to some laws that I don't agree with, the recent one was the pension reforms, I see those people, and it's not because we wrote them that you should go there, participate, but because their consciousness is already on the level that they realize the importance of it. And this is another very important thing that we're instilling in young people.
Absolutely. That's just as a final question. You come also from a small country like Armenia, and youth empowerment is so important. And we always talk about empowering the youth, making sure that they take part in the development and decision making of the country. You've obviously been meeting with young people your age, from your generation, from all different parts of the world. Do you feel that the issues of young people today globally are really the same, or are they really that different?
I think they are the same, actually, because one thing about young people is that we're not all bad. We're not all bad, for sure.
Young people too.
We're not all bad. We're just trying to make a difference. That is all, because we are the new generation. So we're trying to develop ourselves now so that when we go into higher positions now, we want to do things in the right way, the way things should be. And we also want to involve young people who will be our age. That is one of the main focus of young people throughout the world. Being aware, making sure that other young people are aware of the issues that are in the country, positive ways to what's the word I'm looking for? Positive ways.
To make change.
Yeah, to make change. A lot of different things that we're trying to do just to make this world a better place.
That's all we want.
That is all we want.
And that is the best message to end this really interesting conversation on. Thank you so much, gentlemen, and the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
And I'd like to remind our viewers that my guests were Dennis McCall Jr. from St. Kitts and Hovsep Patvakanyan of Armenia from the European Youth Parliament. Stay with CivilNet.